Should a homeless person carry a gun or knife or any kind of weapon, hatchet, stick with nails in it, whatever? Well, it's a difficult question to answer. I'm not sure. I can talk from experience that I don't, but I live in fear. Okay? For example, last night I had a guy just kind of come up behind me as I was sitting at the library playing on my computer. And it was dark and he was quiet. But he greeted me, and that took away a little bit of the pressure, but still. Would it have been better to have kept a weapon on me? I mean, I'm a little bit bigger. I live in some fear, but maybe not as much as others. I'm not a 100-pound, 5-foot female who doesn't work out. I'm over 230 pounds, and I did work out, but it's not very easy around here to do. But if it's not easy for me to work out here, it's not easy for other people either. So I don't know if I would have to worry about any major strong people trying to overwhelm me. But do other people need to carry weapons or whatever? Well, we've seen that video of the guy in New Mexico who got shot up multiple times and bit up by the dog. That was a homeless guy who was reported by neighbors to just be hanging out, and they didn't want him there. So the cops got rid of him, and it happened to end his life. And then the neighbors turn around and get mad, infuriated about it. At least that's what the news story is conveying. And I'm like, they got rid of the threat. But this guy had a knife, and it was a long standoff. But I think in my head, this guy isn't paid by the hour. It's his life, it's his livelihood that he wanted to rest at that spot, and they're telling him to move. Maybe he was tired and agitated. You gotta think about what is going through his mind. He's just like, I've got all day, I've got all night, I've got all tomorrow. I don't have any commitments. Unlike the cops, they got an 8-hour shift. Maybe their shift was getting done. They wanted to go home and drink or whatever, do their cop off-duty stuff. Very different mind frames there. Both cops keep weapons. The homeless guy kept a weapon. The cop's weapon was stronger. That's simple. They outnumbered him, and their weapons were more advanced and whatnot. Machine guns versus a penknife. But yeah, I don't keep weapons on me. But if I got a gun for free, I don't know I don't think I'd turn it down. I'll say that I did have a gun for a little bit. I didn't feel like I ever needed to use it, but it's kind of neat to have in case something would have happened. But I keep knives for just cutlery. I keep one knife just to cut up my onions or apples or vegetables, so it's not a significant weapon for protection. Because I don't really see a need in the civil society to carry a weapon, as civil as it can be, as civil as it can get, as civil as I would like it to be. I wanna try to strive for being civil and hoping that other people are also that way. But you hear about matters that occur that are deviant and disrupt the normal flow of obedience to the law and just common norms. Like there was I try not to hitchhike, but I'm getting close to where I'm not able to pay for my car, and it's becoming a bit of a struggle with finances, and I got to think about hitchhiking. I guess hitchhiking is legal in Washington. They made that legal in 1970. But there was that story that happened a couple of years ago where a hitchhiker, homeless guy got in the car with another guy, and this driver decided to run over a black guy because he was racist and he said he was God. And then the homeless guy had a hatchet and whacked him on the head a few times to try to bring some sense back into the driver. Strange situation, but this homeless guy keeps a hatchet in his backpack, and that may be reasonable. It may not be solely for a weapon as much as part of a survival thing, where you may want some wood to make a fire or something. Although I find it difficult to make fires around here. I haven't had a cooked meal in a long time. Usually the meals are pre-cooked and dehydrated, then I add water to them or something. But yeah, for weapons, it's I saw a guy with a huge katana or those long swords in the library at Aberdeen. He tucked it behind his backpack, between his body and his backpack, kind of like Braveheart or whatever. He was having a little difficulty getting it back there. It'd be a quick pull-out though. He just goes back and wrenches it loose. But it seems it's excessive, okay? Some homeless people have a little more of a fetish for weapons than others. I don't. But that puts me at a disadvantage. I'm pretty much saying, hey, I'm vulnerable, okay? I may look a little bit bigger, maybe I could defend myself a little bit physically, but when it comes to a knife or a heavy blunt instrument, a nice blow to the head can knock me out, and then they could take whatever they need to. That's the thing. I wonder what would people want to beat me up for. I question that. I don't look like I have a lot of money or anything, but there are drug addicts and crazy people that you got to be aware of. Part of my strategy is to stay out of the larger cities. That's where a lot of crazy people are. I avoid inside the big cities and just go to the small towns and the outskirts. Stay on the outskirts of the large cities. The libraries just aren't very friendly in big city anyway. Parking is awful, so I avoid it. That's what I've been focusing on, is the library. But yeah, for weapons, I mean, yeah, I could grab anything and try to make it into a weapon. I mean, maybe I could, this cup, maybe I could use it to smash somebody, or even the strap. I mean, I could choke somebody, really get it around their neck. I got makeshift things. This could be a throwing object. I just hurl it at my targets. It's possible. Oh, keys, yeah, those are popular. You put it between your fingers and jab. You can quickly make shift when you need a weapon, but I'm not carrying around a weapon. I'm not displaying a weapon. I don't practice that. I'll be wary of people that do. Especially the ones that mutter to themselves like I mutter to myself with a camera around. But yeah, that's my discussion about weapons. I don't really. Maybe I'll write something later if I think of it. Thanks.